Wow, what an honor to be on stage with everybody up here. This is pretty cool. We get the honor to share a little bit about Blitzing today. And one of the things I always like to say about Blitzing is make sure you're dressed for the part. And I see that everybody up here is definitely dressed the part. You can't leave the house without your black, green, and bling. And I think the biggest thing is to be happy. Has everybody got smiles up here? That's very important. If you're leaving the house and you're having a bad day, you don't need to go blitzing. It was the same thing. I'm sitting here listening to social media, and that was not the way I built my business. And then we're talking about, don't put your trash out there. It's no different when you go out and blitz because you're out there telling people about your business, and you want them to want to be you. You want them to see you're so happy that they want a part of what you got. So if you're going out and you're handing out blitz cards, find what makes you happy before you walk out that door. We're going to share some pointers with you today, and we've got some different things. And, I'm going to start right here with Chad. Chad, you weren't a big blitzer in the beginning, but I think you blitz everybody now. Can you share some pointers on how you would be out there blitzing being a guy? Because that's a little bit harder than a lot of the women.
Sure. So, one thing with being a guy and blitzing, the guy's greatest fear is always to go up there and say, hand out a blitz card or something, and then you feel like you're offending, whoever you're blitzing. That's what a lot of guys are worried about. So a lot of guys are scared to go blitz. But what I like to do is I like to just kind of, keep it really, really simple, and I'll just go up and I'll ask someone, "Do you like coupons?" And they'll say, "Yeah," and I'll say, "Great, because I work this business with my wife, and I cannot even go home until I hand 5 of these out." And then they laugh, and they're like, "Oh," and then that just and they're like, "What is it?" And I say, "This is what it is." And you show the picture on the front, and then this is what it does. And then I like to use the ratio at that point of 1 mouth to 2 ears. So I'm just quiet, and I just listen. Usually they'll say something like, "Well, does this happen for everybody? It tightens, tones, and firms, and I'll just nod and say, "Yep, it does." And I'll say, "How many people do you know that would be interested in tightening and toning and firming in as little as 45 minutes?" And they're like, "Everybody." And then so I might say something like, "Well, you might be interested in looking at this as a business opportunity then, because there's a lot of money that can be made here." And, from there you just kind of, it takes a little practice. You just kind of listen what they have to say. So I like to think of myself as like, James Bond on the outside, like my drink's shaken, not stirred, But on the inside, you're like the Terminator, right? The Terminator's always calculating and trying to read body language and see what they're thinking and what they're saying, all that kind of stuff. So as you go out there and you blitz, though, it gets easier and easier and easier. It's like we like to talk about ninja blitzing at first. You just run up to someone and say, "Do you like coupons?" Hand it to them and then just run away real fast, right? That's maybe where you start. And then next thing you know, you're having a conversation with them, and then maybe a week later, you're actually getting their contact information. You're saying things like, "Do you mind if I gave you a coupon?" Like, "No, sure." And then you show them the picture and like, "Wow, that's amazing." And then you might ask, "Do you have a business card so I can send you some more personal before and after pictures of people I personally know?" My picture, my wife's picture. And then they might say, "I don't have a business card." And say, "Great, well, what's the best number for us to text that information to?" And then they'll just give you their information. And that's kind of the goal, is to build that, give them like a 30-second commercial, build a little bit of a relationship with them and get their contact info so that you can text them more pictures later, and then that's someone that you can contact later.
Thank you, Chad. Valerie, I bet you've been blitzing all morning already. Get you to take the microphone.
How'd you know?
You drove a good ways. I saw her post already on Facebook this morning that she was heading to Tennessee, and, she wanted this bad enough she drove all the way from Atlanta, Georgia this morning. Wow, isn't that pretty cool? So I know you've got some great pointers on blitzing, and since you've already been doing it this morning, we'd love for you to share with everybody.
You guys, thank you so much for having me. I love sharing what we've learned. You never stop learning, never stop going to these events. I don't care. Look at the ambassadors. They're still here. I promise you they're going to walk away with as much knowledge today as they brought. Okay, so we made a mistake in our calculations, and we left Atlanta a little too early. So we got up here with all this time. You guys that live in this area, your market is wide open because I tested it this morning. All right, so we got into town about a couple hours early. And south of here before we got up into this part, and we stopped and got gas. First person, guy behind us, was pumping his gas, and my husband is a famous blitzer. He's not afraid of anybody. So he blitzed the man behind us in the gas station, and we're going to come back in a couple weeks and do a wrap party for his wife, because his wife has recently had a baby. She is nursing, and I said, how about I come back and you put together a wrap party for 5 or more people. I'll give your wife a free facial, because she can't wrap yet unless she talks to her doctor. So we're going to come back and do a wrap party for them. So then we went on down the road, and we went to this other store and blitzed a lady in there, also going to come back and do a wrap party. I'm going to do my best to time these parties at the same time. Then we spoke to the cashier at that store. She also wants to do a wrap party. Her and her friend got real excited. So then we went another place and blitzed. I put together a collage of pictures. Our team is doing a little contest to get us out of our comfort zone. Pam Souter, I'm in Rhonda Hartman's group, and she started posting 2 blitzes a day. And you know what, Tina, I've been blitzing for quite a while, but there's a lot of days that I'm just like, I don't feel like doing this. But because I'm a leader and I hold myself accountable, there's days we get to 7 o'clock at night and we go, uh-oh, we haven't got our pictures for the day. So we get in the car and we go up the road to Publix, Kroger, whatever it takes, and we get our blitzes in. And I'm telling you, a couple days ago, we met with a young man at Panera Bread. It was a night that we were headed home. We didn't have our pictures, but because we're holding ourselves accountable, I think that's key. You've got to hold yourself accountable. Because we were holding ourselves accountable, we blitzed this young man in a Cornerstone Bakery. I don't know if you have them here. And we met him a couple days ago, for a distributor meeting. And he's going to sign as a distributor on Sunday, and he's going to be a rock star. He's going to be on the stage one day. He was awesome. And I would not have done that had I not have been trying to hold myself accountable for that. So here's another tip I wanted to show y'all. I learned this from Kay Souter, and some of y'all might have seen this. I was at a One Team, One Mission in Charlotte where I learned this. And I love the idea so much, I made Jim stop at a Barnes & Noble on the way between Charlotte and Atlanta so we could buy this. This is a little book cover from Vera Bradley, and they sell them at Barnes & Noble. This particular one happens to be in our colors. And inside of here, look, it's the perfect size for our Blitz cards. So I've got my Blitz cards in here. The other thing is I recently learned, and I want y'all to see this, this comes from Snapfish, and it's www.itworks.snapfish.com / Okay, it's get with me later and I'll just write it down or text it to you or something. It's a specific address. But once you get in there, you type in brag book is the privacy code, and then there's also a discount coupon called, I forget.
Melody will probably share it on Journey to Diamond.
There
I know
you
we
go.
just got all that information. If you're not on hers, it's being posted out there right now.
Perfect. I'll get it to Melody and you can post it there and everybody can get it. But what it is, this little book cost me about $12 after my discount. And look, I'm not talking right now.
You're looking at the before and afters, right?
It's full of before and after pictures. I mean, I don't know, there's about 40 pictures in here. And it's all compliance approved. These are all It Works compliance approved pictures. I think that's really important. So, you guys, just do it. No excuses. Just get out there and do it. And if you hold yourself accountable, even me as Triple Diamond, I'm telling you, there's a lot of days I didn't want to do it. But because I was being accountable, I did it. And my business is just crazy. I've got wrap party after wrap party. All 6 people we blitzed today are interested. And we're coming, and I've got to come back and schedule wrap parties for them. So, thanks.
How awesome. You know, if you're not getting what you want right now, you're probably just not getting uncomfortable enough. Because literally to change what's going on in your life, you've got to get very uncomfortable. And blitzing is really hard for people. We'll do a couple of enactments here in a minute so you can actually see how we do the blitz. But you just have to get out there and do at least 2 a day. And she was talking about the challenge. I know there's still a lot of teams that are putting this together, But if you're not in a challenge yet, reach up to your upline and say, hey, put one of those challenges together. It just holds you more accountable. You know, just even getting with a partner sometimes and say, hey, did you do your 2 today? And then it comes back, did you do your 2 today? And that's why you're getting out of bed sometimes, sounds like, and going to do that blitz to get your 2 a day. But if you're not in a challenge yet, I'm sure you're going to be in one soon, because everybody's working on putting those together so that we can actually make you committed and accountable.
Create a challenge. Y'all create the challenge. Even if you're executive, create the challenge for your girls.
Okay, well, you know, I've got Debbie Tromley here, and we wanted to add a few more things besides just blitzing, because we do blitzing every day. You know, you're doing blitzing on social media, you're doing blitzing when you're out at places, and Debbie Tromley's kind of the queen of blitzing at expos. So, Debbie, I'm going to let you give a couple of pointers on expos and how you bring people in to actually blitz them.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be up here in front of all of you, and I've got a guest here, and I know that Jamie's head's been spinning with all this information, but honestly, this is as simple as it gets. And Michael, I see you here from St. Louis, and he was at the table next to Tina and I when we went to do an expo a few months ago. And what caught your eye, other than our personalities, were the black and green, right? So when you go set up for an expo, you have got to flaunt it. You've got to have the black and green and get the bling. Tina taught me about the bling. And everywhere I go, when I'm at expos, even when I'm going to the ladies' room, people are stopping me. I love your bling. I love your black and green. So you've just really got to strut it. And we've got this thing called a Blitz card. This is the most rejection-free marketing tool you'll ever have. I have been in network marketing for 19 years. Never, ever did I have anything like this to help build my business. So when I'm out and about and when I'm at the expos, it's so simple to say, would you like a coupon? Our company's giving out coupons today. Or, have you heard about the crazy wrap thing? That's what it is, and that's what it does.
Wow.
Gosh, that's all we have to do. You keep these, and this is kind of getting off of expos, but in the pocket of your car door, you've always got Blitz cards, right? When you're going through the drive-through, my company's giving out coupons today. Here, oh, how many employees do you have? You want some more? But going back to the expos, and this is such a perfect example. Tina and I did an expo a few months ago at the convention center here in Nashville. And because of our beautiful black and green booth, this beautiful lady, I see her from a distance, and she is really taking it all in. And then we made eye contact, and she just started walking toward us. Well, she's not here today, but because of her conversation with me, one of her sweet friends, Jamie, is here today as my guest. And if it was all because of our black and green. And then another thing, talking about social media, I have to share this. I have to insert it real quick. The other day, I had on my new green jacket and my black and green glasses and my green jewelry and whatever, you know, my bling. And I'm sitting in a restaurant with green walls behind me. I've got green rings, you know, the whole thing. And so my girlfriend took a picture, and we posted it on Facebook. And then I played a game with it. And I said, if you can guess how many things are green in this picture, I've got something green for you. It was so much fun. So there's just a little helpful hint for you. But, yeah, when you're doing your expos, and guys, it doesn't have to be at the convention center. It can be at a health fair. It can be at a fall festival. And this time of the year, oh my gosh, we should be doing something every single weekend. There's something out there, but just draw them in. It's the black and green and the bling that will get them to you. And then you just use this little tool right here to do the rest.
Thank you, Debbie. And y'all, Debbie's the one that has put together the wrap for warmth. And so, you know, if you didn't get to bring stuff today and you're local, you might want to get a hold of her later, because we're trying to help people in need right now. And we will be taking a picture with the wrap for warmth stuff and sending that in. So don't leave till you get in the picture. Well, Miss Vicki, it's so good to see you. You know, Vicki, I think you are kind of the reason a lot of us are sitting in this room. I mean, it's pretty crazy, because she tried to rap way back then, and told Melody McFarland about it, and then Melody tried the wrap, and that's how many of us are sitting in this room right now, and probably actually almost every one of you, unless you've been in longer than Melody, because she paved the road for us and got this all started. So, thank you, ma'am. But Vicki, I know you like to do parties too. Could you share a little bit of maybe a tidbit on Blitzing, and then I see you're already prepared to tell them something. You're just dying to get it out there. So we're just going to let you share with everybody.
Well, first of all, I'm going to talk to all the people who blitzing is just not your thing. Because for me, it was not my thing. And this is really out of my comfort zone. But blitzing, for a start, was out of my comfort zone. I'm by nature more of a shy person. So when you tell me to blitz, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you're asking me to go talk to somebody. But you can start out, we call it ninja blitzing. You can leave your blitz cards in the restroom, so you don't really have to talk to anybody. But that's not going to get you what you're really looking for. It'll get your cards out there, it'll get your information out there, but what you really want is to have a conversation with someone. So you can start small. You can, do the coupon thing. Can I give you a coupon? Most people want a coupon. They're anxious to take it. But the whole thing is really, you want to get cards out there, you want to get your information out there, but eventually you really want to make a connection. You don't want to just give them a card, but you want to connect with them. Because there's some people that you talk to and you give them a card, and they may not be, their big thing may not be tight and tone and firm. They may have just heard some news from the doctor. They've got health issues that are a real concern. So they may look at it, and you can, if you give them a card, make a connection, and then listen to what they're saying. If they're not really talking about the wrap, but they're kind of, still interested, then you can say, well, we also have great skincare, and we've got an awesome line of supplements. My favorite is the greens, or whatever your favorite is. They're going to ask you what that is. You've got an opportunity to talk to them. If you make a connection, you might walk away with a customer just by listening to what it is they're really concerned and interested in. So that's my blitzing tip. My party tip is a change of format that actually Mel told me about, and so I decided to try it at a party, and I really like it. What you're going to do is when you go to your party, you're going to ask your hostess if she would mind if you would wrap her during the party. If she is not real comfortable with that, you can just either demonstrate on yourself, or if you're doing the party with another distributor, you can demonstrate on them with a dry wrap. But you're going to, when people start to come, just be friendly, but you're not going to wrap anybody first. You're just going to have everybody come in, and you're going to start your party using your party pad, welcome everybody there, and then go through, when you get to the wrap part, put a wrap on your hostess so they can see how easy it is, or if she's not comfortable, you put it, just use a dry wrap and demonstrate on yourself. So then, because you haven't wrapped everybody at the beginning, you have a little bit of extra time. When you get to the product part, you can talk about the different packages, the products, but you can also add products that aren't in the packages that are awesome products, like Regular, Estro Rhythm, ThermoFit. You've got a little extra time to really focus on those and what the benefits are. Then you talk about the loyal customer program, and not just a light going over it, but you really focus on what a great deal it is. Because when you really look at it, there's not many companies that offer the same thing that we do to loyal customers. And so you go over all the benefits, and I like to say, because I really believe it, that I think everybody on the planet should be on greens. And I do. So if I'm going to tell people that, I can then also tell them, and here's a great way that you can do that every month by our loyal customer program. Then I'm going to say, and for this party only, I'm going to offer you a deal. If you decide that you want to be a loyal customer, and you should, because you should at least be on greens, I'm going to give you your wrap for $15. So instead of $25, which they thought they were going to pay when they came to the party, they sign up to be a loyal customer, they get their wrap for $15. I'm going to offer to give, take their before pictures, put the wrap on them, and send them home, they've saved $10, but they're also a loyal customer, and they're on their way to being healthy. They can also decide they don't want to do that. I'm still going to sell them a wrap for $25, which is what they were going to pay when they initially came. I like it because it helps you to close a lot on customers. You'll add to your customers. The thing I do need to mention, though, is that our company has something called enticement. This is not enticement. I can't go on my Facebook page and say, I'll give you a wrap for $15 if you'll sign with me. That's enticement because it's on a public forum. And our company, this is how great our company is. They want every distributor to have a level playing field. So I can't do that on Facebook. But once I've made the connection, the contact, and I am in their home in a private setting, in a party, it's my business. I can offer a discount on my wraps. So I choose to sell my wrap to you for $15 if you decide to become healthy and be a loyal customer. I like it. Give it a try. See what you think.
You know, Vicki, you've been practicing this already. So one of your last parties, I think it was you that I heard. Can you tell them the success rate that you had with that party, your numbers?
We initially, we went into the party thinking that she was going to have, I think it was like 7 or 8 people there. We actually had 3, but the hostess signed up as a distributor, and we had a loyal customer. The third person is going to become a loyal customer of the hostess.
So that's 100% success rate with doing it that way. You know, everybody has their own way, but just another way of doing parties. Okay, I've got a few things I want to cover, but first, in case we don't cover this, I want to see what we're going to do. But I'm going to let y'all pair up, and I'm going to let you go out and blitz. This is how you do it, y'all. Just watch how the blitz works.
Beautiful. Oh, sorry. It's on video. Great. Hi. What a pretty day we've got, isn't it?
Yes.
So, what are you doing?
Just hanging out, buying some groceries.
Awesome. Well, would you like a coupon?
Sure. What is it?
Oh, this is what it is. And this is what it does.
It does that?
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Wow. Just 45 minutes?
Just 45 minutes. Drink a couple bottles of small bottles of water while you got it on, and you're good to go.
How much does that cost?
It's only $25. Look, right here, $25.
$25. You can use it in all those places right there?
All those places.
Okay. Well, what do I have to do to get a few of those?
Just let's sit down, and I'll sign you up.
All right. Let's do it.
That was awesome. That's how simple it is. Okay, let's see another one.
Okay, we're at the grocery store. Okay, let me walk over here so they can see. Okay, and Vicki is in front of me, and I say, "Oh my gosh, I love your black and green."
I do too. It's actually our company colors, and I get paid to wear it.
Really? What do you
I
do?
Actually, I sell a body wrap. Looks like this,
Oh my gosh,
and it does this.
no way. Does it really?
It does. I've seen too many before and after pictures. It really works.
Oh my God. Well, is it like real expensive?
No, it's $25. And if you have a party and you're the host, invite your friends. Yours is free.
Okay. You got a phone number? What you got? I need to know how to do this.
I do. It's right on the back there.
Awesome. Thanks. Of course, we're going to say yes, right?
That's a couple of great blitzes. I want to add a few other things that you can do. You know, just always remember to be dressed for the part when you walk out. You know, Spider-Man, Superwoman, they're not them until they got their outfit on. Just remember that every time you walk out the door, too. You know, always live the blitz. Have fun when you're out there. You know, some people call me up and go, this just isn't working. It's not working. And I said, okay, well, you got a little bit of time. Let's go blitz. And so we meet, and I said, where do you like to go eat? I thought we were going to blitz. Yeah, we are. We're going to eat. You know, let's go shopping. It's all about out just having fun and people going, wow. And then when you go out to eat and you're sitting there longer than that hour that most people are there for lunch, they're like, well, how the heck did they get to stay so long? We got to go back to work. People watch what you're doing, but they're really watching when you're having fun. And they'll literally come up and ask for the cards. You won't even have to go find them when you're having a lot of fun. Other things, coupon challenge, scavenger hunt, even with your team. Maybe get together, or even yourself and your family. Do you a scavenger hunt, even for the kids. It says the kids have to blitz someone that's got a green shirt on, or someone with long hair. Make it fun for your family, too. And at the end of that scavenger hunt, then you reward. You know, we're going to go to the movies, or we're going for ice cream. You know, there's no excuses in this. You're already getting out. Go make it a game and have fun with your family. Pay it forward. You know, whenever you go, and we love doing this, going through McDonald's or something in the morning, getting coffee, tea, and paying for the person behind you. You know, if you do that, and they're going to say, well, what'd they do that for? Well, get a coupon out, a Blitz card, and put "Have a great day" on it. And when they come up to pay theirs, tell them just to pass that back. It's pretty cool. Customer Appreciation Week. You know, you can go out and just tell people, hey, I'm out for Customer Appreciation Week, and I'm trying to give out coupons. Would y'all like some? You know, even in the challenge, say, I'm on a Blitzing challenge right now, and I'm looking for someone with green shirt, and you have one. Can I give you this coupon? You know, that makes it easier for you to do it that way. The one that I love, and I didn't know if anybody would do it or not, is just to walk in a store or something and say, hey, do you have anything in this color? You know, this color. Flip it over. You know, y'all are all trying to look for your black, green, and bling anyway, so go in and just point to that, and you just open it up, because then they're like, well, what is that? You know, another thing is the lanyards. And I see a lot of people who laminate it. I'm not laminating mine, because I've got the guy cards on one side and the girl, and if I'm out, I can just pull a card off. That's just kind of the way I like to do it. But now the Blitz cards are with me all the time. So blitzing, you just got to make it fun, y'all. This is a awesome way to build your business. We did not have this in the beginning, and going out there with business cards was no fun at all. But this card right here is a coupon. Treat it like a coupon. Just tell them this is what it is, this is what it does, and never open your mouth unless a question has been asked. Just act like you're putting duct tape over your mouth, and then you're allowed to take it off if they ask you a question. Because when you go out there and say too much, it's like throwing up on people. And if you throw up on me, I promise you I'm out the door and I'm gone. Literally. You can do it either way. I'm gone. So just keep it simple. Enjoy this. Get out there. You can blitz anyway. I know people are even taking pictures now and blitzing that away. So one other quick thing, because Melody is getting ready to talk about personalities. So I want to tell you a couple of things with the Blitz card. You want to hold that up for me?
Tina, can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. I was at Panera Bread, had a Blitz card laying on the table between me and the insurance agent, and a complete stranger walked by and stopped and said, oh my God, which one of y'all sells this? So just have it visible.
Yeah. So when you're out blitzing and you give someone the card, and when they just go, oh my goodness, y'all have parties? You have parties? I am so excited. Can I have a party? You don't even need to say anything else. Just book the party. Pull out your calendar and book the party. They are blue, and they don't care anything else about anything there but having a party. Just follow that. Now, if they're like reading it all this side and reading that, they're not even, you're just like you're standing here 5 minutes just waiting for them. Guess what? They're green. Just give them the card, and if you've got a brochure, or just tell them to go to your website. They're a person that's going to need to read everything, and that's okay. You can follow up with them later. Now, if you see a person that's looked at it and go, oh my goodness, you know how many people I could help with this? I know Susie, and I know Joe, and they're just sitting here, and they're just like nearly in tears thinking they can help people. Those people are yellow, and you need to share with this how they can take this and have a party and bring those people there, or how you can show them how they could share this with these people all the time. Now, if you've got a person that looks at this and goes, oh my gosh, it does this, and it's only this much, you got to be kidding. That was me. When I went to that party that night, the only reason I went was because it was so cheap. And I said, it can't work because it's too cheap, but I get to go hang out with my friends. That's where the blue kind of slipped in there. But I was a red personality, and when they took that wrap off of me in 45 minutes and I saw results, all I could think about is how cheap that was and what this could do for me, is I could get a lot of free product because I thought that's what this business was. And then my husband said I had to get a real job. So I changed that. I could get some free product and I could pay the $800 house payment. That's a red person. You want those people to just run with it. They're the ones that's going to see what it can do and what it can do for them. So Melody's going to explain these personalities better for y'all. Thank you for letting us share, and give all these great people up here a round of applause.